Hey everyone. I know I've been MIA for the better part of a year or longer, and that's been on me. I've been going through different changes in my life. But I am back to talk about season 6 of The Circle. Um, I have been watching this for a while and for the last couple of years, and um, yeah, season 5 was kind of like it was a lot, and I didn't even finish it because at one point I didn't like um, a certain aspect of the show that they incorporated. I think I don't even remember what it was. It was one or two things. It either um, allowed someone to come. I know they allowed two people to come back into the game that got blocked in the beginning of the game, and then or like midway through or whatever, and then they they ended up uh, creating a fake profile. Um, but I don't remember if that fake profile was like a duplicate of another person already in the show or another person that was already playing. But um, yeah, yeah, it was just annoying because I didn't like those two people, and I don't even remember what the hell their name were. What the hell their name was, but yeah, it was. I had to kind of quit in the middle of season 5. Because I think I got to like episode 8 or whatever, and then I just stopped because it was a lot. So this season though is pretty different because as you know, they've incorporated the AI, so like an AI player. So um, I'm gonna do episodes 1 and 2 in this video, and then either Saturday or Sunday I'm gonna do episodes 3 and 4. Um, so I'm gonna get straight into episode 1. Not that it really um, matters where the city is, but they say that in this case it's in Atlanta. Excuse me. Um, because I don't know if it really matters because I don't think it. Because they're not really going outside anyway, so I don't know why Michelle thought it was necessary to add that little tidbit. But you know what? Anyway, so let's get into the players. So the first player to come in is Kyle. He's 31, living in Miami. He brings his dog Deuce in. He's a pro basketball player in an overseas team. I don't think he mentioned it, and honestly, I didn't go back to check, but I don't think he mentioned it. And so he's gonna go mostly as himself. The only things I'm going to say that are not himself are the fact that he's going in as a basketball trainer and he is single, even though he is married. So, side note, his dog was in the fucking suitcase on the bed. For one, the suitcase is on the bed. Why in the hell are you doing that? First of all. Two, the dog's in the fucking suitcase and on the bed. So, yeah, no. Anyways, second player to come in is Lauren, 26, from Philly. She was at one point, I guess, streaming games. I think on Twitch because I know Twitch is a big platform for playing streaming video games. Um, and she will play as herself. Third player is Miles, 29, playing himself. And he makes a note to start saying something about catfishes, but it's like, well, why do you care? Like, if it doesn't matter about catfishes, why do you feel the need to bring it up? That's what I don't get. Um, calls himself a fuckboy and doesn't care. I'm like, I mean, at least you recognize the bullshit, but I mean, I, I guess. Fourth player to enter is Brandon. He's 34, a nursing assistant, and is going to play as a catfish. His friend, I think he said his best friend, Olivia. So first catfish of the season. So with the first four players already in the game, they get into their first circle chat, and everyone is already feeling really sus about Brandon, aka Olivia, because he is not really saying much in the um, first chat. So I was thinking Kyle might be the first one out because I don't even really remember why I thought that, because I watched this episode 1 last night, and I watched episode 2 tonight. But yeah, Brandon might be the first one out because, or at least it seemed like he was going to be the first one out based off of how he acted in the first group chat. We'll see, because I still haven't watched episodes 3 or 4 yet. Then we get the sixth, seven, or the fifth, sixth, and seventh players. And fifth player in is Cassie, 29, from Kentucky. She's going as herself. Sixth player is Steffi, 35, works as a pro astrologer and psychic medium. Also going in as herself. And then the seventh player is Karis. She's 37, a motivational speaker from Dallas. And she is going in as her younger brother, Paul. So, the second catfish of the game. Second circle chat with the new players added. Lee's Brandon is realizing he's dropping the ball, which is a good thing. And that comes back into play with how he starts bonding with other people in the second episode. And am I the only one who thinks that Steffi reminds you, or remind yourself of an older JoJo Siwa? Because she was kind of given the little buns on the top sides of her head. I don't know. Anyways, then they go into their first game of the season, which is called For Real For Real. They're gonna be asked a series of morally questionable questions. First question is, would you unfriend someone who is canceled? Everyone but Miles says no. Miles says yes, obviously. So, second question, would you date someone with an OnlyFans? Paul and Kyle say yes, and everyone else says no. And this is where the third question is where Miles gets side-eyed, because the question is asked, if a friend said they cheated, would you keep the secret? And Miles says he would not. So everyone, well, I don't want to say everyone, I think Chris, aka Paul, said that seemed really sketchy, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, please correct me in the chat or the comments below. And the last question is, would you break up with someone over text? Miles and Paul are the only ones who say yes. And I think that also gives Miles another sort of side eye by some people. I don't remember who, but yeah. Kyle then starts having a private chat with Lauren. They bond over video games and anime. Lauren's then invited to a private chat with Paul, leaves the chat with Kyle to go over to talk with Paul, and then Paul doesn't think Lauren is real. I'm gonna have to, okay, yeah, that's right. That's because I had a brain fart about what Lauren looked like for a second. Sorry. Um, and that's rich coming from Paul, considering that. I mean, anyway. Um, mm, anyways, I'm gonna save because my little comment for another until I get to the end of episode 2. Olivia, um, talks with Steffi. Privately, they seem to bond. I don't remember what their conversation consisted of, but I wrote that they bonded. I just don't remember what. Miles starts a private chat with Cassie. They bond over catching catfish, and they nickname themselves like the blondes private detective something or something with like blonde in the name where they're being private detectives or something like that. So, anyways, get to the first rating. In seventh place is Paul. Tied for fifth is Miles and Cassie. Fourth is Kyle. Third is Steffi. And the two influencers are Brendan and Olivia, who's in number one, and then Lauren in second. Turns out the influencers aren't going to be blocking anyone, and they will instead pick two new players, one player each, to come into the game. Brendan Olivia selects Corey Tyler, and Cassie picks Max. Turns out Max is the AI bot that is coming in, that was stated that will come in at the beginning of the episode. And I wasn't so sure how I felt about the AI bot, but I'll get a little bit more into it in episode 2 or after episode 2. So going into episode 2, we learn Corey Tyler is 26 from LA, is coming as herself, and a former, I remember her saying like a former LA Lakers dancer. Um, the Max profile is I think 20. The age was set as 26, and a vet, and there was a dog that he had. I don't remember what kind though. And everyone seems to like Corey Tyler and Max. Um, Cassie wants to form an alliance with Miles and Brendan Olivia. Lauren invites. Okay, side note: everyone is doing private chats up and down this fucking episode. So, I'm just gonna name the people that go into private chats. Um, Cassie and Olivia. What no? Lauren goes to a private chat with Max. Talk about um, their dogs, and then Brendan and Olivia talk about talks to Cassie privately. Um, and they're talking with Corey Tyler, and they're bonding over sisters before misters and getting the bros out and all the stuff. And honestly, I don't like this because, as we also see, there's Paul who gets into the private chat with Max, Miles, and Kyle. And Paul's doing it because he needs fucking allies because he was in seventh place at the end of episode 1. So the reason why I don't know if I really like this, because I think previously they did this before and it didn't really work all that well. I think you should just be um, making alliances with people who you naturally get along with, and not trying to do this whole girls versus boys bullshit, because that's how you get caught the fuck up. Um, and I don't know. I think it's like a recipe for disaster. Um, Paul talks with QT privately, and QT doesn't seem to really completely trust Paul, which is, I think, good on her part, um, because, yeah, I don't know. There's something about Caress slash Paul that she's doing a little bit too much for me, and I think I'm gonna get her caught up at some point, whether it's in episode 3, 4, or beyond that. I don't know. Um, I mean, it, she seems like she's trying way too hard. It, I don't know if anybody else feels like that. Drop it in the comments below. But yeah, I just think that they're doing way too much. Steffi decides to do this whole group yoga chat. She seems to bond with QT and Max over yoga and astrological signs. Um, and Paul thinks that's very suspicious. Like I said, I just feel like it's too soon to be doing all. I mean, I get the whole point of the game is to get people out so that you and get yourself rated highly so that you become an influencer and get and help get people out that you don't necessarily feel is genuine, or you just don't want them in the game so that you can get the $100,000. But it's just like it's just, I don't it like I don't want to sound like a broken record, but doing way too much. I'm sorry. Um, then they do another game, which is Wrap It Up, where you write your own rap and rap about another player of your choosing. They only seem to do six, or they only show six. Lauren raps about Max and them bonding over dogs. Max raps about Lauren. She was kind of flirty, I think, or something. I kind of glossed over a few of these. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Steffi raps about Paul and calls him out about maybe being catfish. Paul raps about Kyle, bigging him up and all that stuff. And QT raps about Miles, and then Miles raps about QT being all flirty. Paul feels some type of way and speaks to Kyle privately after the game, um, to talk about the game. And Paul is kind of trying to appease. It seemed like he was trying to kind of appease him a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. And then they all get an alert, um, saying that not everyone in the game is who they say they are, and that one player in the game isn't human at all. In fact, they're AI. And then they're kind of all starting to speculate. A couple people say Steffi is the AI. One person says Cassie. I think one or two people say Kyle, and another person or two says Paul. So then that's where that ends. So with the whole AI player, I wasn't so sure about the AI part, because it seems like a very good way to sort of drag the AI all the way to the ends, and I don't know necessarily know if I really like that all that much. Um, but I am glad that they brought this to the attention of the other players pretty early on, because at least now they can try to. It seems like there's a potential to actually get that bought out early. Whether it's gonna work or not, I don't know, but I guess I feel a little bit better knowing that people are aware of it, because before this they didn't even know. So, but I will say that the fucking bot player is fooling fucking everybody before they found out. So I was like, if I guess I wouldn't have been entirely mad if it got to the fucking ends and they were at the I don't know if it's like the final four or the final five. I think it's usually the final four that they're at the end, but yeah, I would have been like, uh, if you're letting a bot school you all the way to the fucking end, then you deserve to just give it the fucking $100,000. But so far, I definitely like this a lot better than season 5. So, like I said, I will do. I think this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of the rest of the like 3 or 4 weeks left. So I'm gonna do 2 episodes at a time, and then I'm going to obviously today I'm doing episodes 1 and 2. Saturday or Sunday is gonna be episodes 3 and 4, and then 5, 6 is probably gonna be Thursday or Friday next week. 7, 8 is gonna be Saturday or Sunday, and it's gonna go like that until the end. And then, but yeah, I really actually enjoyed these first 2 episodes so far. Hopefully they can keep the momentum going as far as I'm concerned. And I'm not entirely sure how I feel about everyone, but the one person I know I don't necessarily like all that much is again Chris Paul, because um, it just seems like maybe she is overcompensating for something, or trying to prove something. What it is, I don't know. But I wasn't so much feeling Miles at first, but yeah, I'm kind of okay with him. Not completely, but maybe it's because of that fuckboy comment he made. I don't know, but also something about him, and I think he's posing too much. Maybe if that's the kind of feeling I'm getting with him, is like he's posing a little bit too much, and it's just like, mm, yeah, you could do for like a good humbling, my good sir. So, but everyone else, I'm either really good, like I'm feeling really good about, or I'm just like I don't hate them, but I don't love them either. So I'm kind of like in the middle ground with them. And really, the only person I'm feeling like that with is Steffi, because I'm not really impressed with her. I'm not really hating her for any reason either. So we'll see how she does in the game going forward. But um, that is pretty much all I have for these first 2 episodes. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please like the video, share it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.